As the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting long shadows on the empty road ahead, my heart raced with excitement and trepidation. It was the start of a road trip that would forever be etched in my memory. A journey into the unknown, filled with both thrilling adventures and spine-chilling encounters. My friends and I had planned this road trip for months. We were an intrepid group of 5. Me, Sarah, the adventurous soul who had suggested this trip. Mike, the go-to guy for technical expertise. Emma, the ever-organized planner. And Jason, the comic relief who could always make us laugh. Each of us was eager to escape the monotony of everyday life and embark on an unforgettable adventure. Our destination was a remote cabin nestled deep within the woods, far away from the hustle and bustle of the city. Little did we know that the road leading to our getaway would be a scary one. As we set off in our trusty old van, laughter filled the air, and the excitement was palpable. The road stretched endlessly ahead of us, lined with towering trees that seemed to lean in, as if whispering secrets to one another. I couldn't help but feel a slight chill run down my spine, but I dismissed it as mere nerves. "Are we sure this is the right way?" Emma asked, peering at the GPS with a furrowed brow. "Positive. This is a shortcut I found online," Sarah replied, her eyes gleaming with excitement. The van rumbled along, and as night descended upon us, we found ourselves navigating through thick fog that seemed to swallow the road whole. The van's headlights cut through the mist, illuminating eerie shapes that danced at the periphery of our vision. Each curve and bend in the road seemed to lead us deeper into an otherworldly realm, making us feel like we were characters in a horror movie. Nervous laughter turned into anxious silence as we encountered our first strange occurrence. A solitary figure, clad in tattered clothes, emerged from the fog ahead. As we approached, the figure turned to face us, revealing eyes that gleamed with an unsettling intensity. We collectively held our breath as we passed by, not daring to look back. "Did you see that guy?" Mike exclaimed, breaking the silence. "He gave me the creeps." "Yeah, me too," Jason chimed in. "This road is getting spookier by the minute." "Let's not overthink it," Sarah said, trying to remain optimistic. "It's just a deserted area, and maybe that guy was just a hitchhiker or a lost soul. We'll be fine." With that reassurance, we continued our journey, albeit with a lingering sense of unease. The van's radio crackled to life, and we turned up the volume, hoping that music would dispel the eerie atmosphere that had enveloped us. However, the radio signal proved weak, and instead of music, we heard fragments of unsettling static and distorted voices that sent shivers down our spines. "Okay, that's seriously creepy," Emma said, reaching to turn off the radio. "I don't like this at all." We agreed to switch off the radio and focus on the road ahead. But as the night wore on, the fog thickened, and the darkness seemed to intensify, playing tricks on our minds. We became disoriented, unsure of whether we were still on the right path. Just as anxiety reached its peak, we spotted a dim light in the distance. Relieved, we believed it to be a gas station or a rest stop. As we approached, we found a deserted gas station, its decrepit appearance sending shivers down our spines. Against our better judgment, we decided to stop and refuel, hoping to quell our growing anxiety with some snacks and caffeine. Inside the dimly lit store, we were greeted by an elderly attendant who seemed to be frozen in time. His eyes bore a haunting emptiness, and his movements were slow and deliberate, like a puppet on strings. Every creak of the wooden floorboards echoed through the silence, making us feel like intruders in a long-forgotten sanctuary. "Hey, do you have a restroom we could use?" Sarah asked, trying to break the tension. The elderly man nodded silently, pointing towards a door in the back of the store. As she walked towards it, Sarah caught a glimpse of a faded photograph on the wall, showing the same gas station, but decades ago, bustling with life and activity. Uneasily, we paid for our purchases and quickly left, eager to put some distance between ourselves and that eerie place. But the van had other plans. As we attempted to start it, the engine let out a feeble groan before falling silent. Panic began to set in, and we frantically tried to troubleshoot the issue. In the midst of our confusion, we heard a faint whisper coming from the surrounding woods. It was indistinguishable yet unmistakably present, like the murmur of 1,000 lost souls. Fear gripped us tightly, and we couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched. With no other choice, we decided to stick together and walk along the road in search of help. Each step felt like an eternity, and the darkness seemed to close in around us, suffocating our spirits. The chilling wind whispered through the trees, playing tricks on our minds, conjuring shadowy figures that flickered at the edges of our vision. After what felt like an eternity, we finally stumbled upon a small cottage nestled among the trees. Hesitant but desperate, we knocked on the door, praying for a glimmer of humanity in this eerie landscape. To our relief, the door was answered by a kind elderly couple who welcomed us inside with warm smiles. "Are you folks all right?" the woman asked, concern evident in her eyes. "We're not sure. Our van broke down, and we heard strange whispers in the woods," Mike explained. The couple exchanged knowing glances before the man spoke. "You must have taken the old shortcut, didn't you? That road is known for its eerie happenings, and travelers often encounter strange apparitions and mysterious figures. With their guidance, we managed to get our van started once more, and they escorted us back to the main road, advising us to avoid that eerie route at all costs." "Thank you so much for helping us," Emma said, her gratitude overflowing. "It's our pleasure, young ones. Just remember, there are places in this world where the boundary between the living and the spirit world is thin. Be cautious and respect the unknown," the woman replied with a knowing smile. As we bid farewell to our unexpected saviors, promises of never forgetting their kindness were exchanged. The remainder of our road trip was filled with breathtaking scenery and bonding moments. Yet, the memory of that scary road trip remained with each of us forever. It taught us that the world is full of mysteries beyond our comprehension, and that sometimes the scariest journeys are the ones that lead us to discover the strength and courage within ourselves. Looking back, I often wonder about the strange occurrences we encountered on that road trip. Were they mere figments of our imagination, fueled by the darkness and our own fears? Or were they glimpses into a world beyond our understanding? Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain: that road trip was a transformative experience that forever changed the way I view the unknown and the eerie roads we sometimes must travel in life. It taught us to appreciate the power of friendship, courage, and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of the unknown. And though that road may have been scary, it also left us with unforgettable memories and a bond that would last a lifetime.